Hello and welcome along to day 9 of my cinephilic adventures here on the Côte d'Azur. And of course, I encourage you to subscribe and leave a comment. Once again, the Portuguese auteur Miquel Gomes delivers with his new film at Cannes, Grand Tour, a film in which the most complex sophistication coexists with innocence and charm. It is at once very worldly and yet unworldly. It's elegant, eccentric, and needs some time to be indulged. The British characters are played by Portuguese actors speaking Portuguese, except for a few rousing choruses of the Eton boating song, which is in English. And yes, it is 6 parts beguiling to 1 part exasperating, but quite unlike any other film here in the Cannes competition, it leaves you with a gentle, bemused smile on your face.
Faço ideia do que será feito da mão. Veio de Londres para se casar comigo. Ela tem andado a seguir-me em todo o meu percurso. Tinha andado a fugir dela como um cobarde.
Tudo correrá bem, se Deus quiser.
The story, co-written by Gomes, could have been adapted from something by Somerset Maugham, but it is in fact an original screenplay. I was also reminded of Jane Gardam's colonial novels, or even something by Evelyn Waugh. In Burma during the First World War, Edward, played by Gonzalo Waddington, is a minor British functionary in Rangoon, unhappily waiting the arrival of the London boat, on which is the woman to whom he has for 7 years been engaged. Molly, played by Krista Alfiate. But Edward gets cold feet, and before Molly arrives, he flees to Singapore, where he runs into his fiancée's rackety cousin in the bar of the Raffles Hotel, and allows this seedy and excitable man to believe that his own extraordinary furtive behaviour has something to do with spying. Living like a hobo, Edward goes on to Bangkok, Saigon, Manila and Osaka, from where he is expelled by Japanese for suspected connections with US naval intelligence. Then he goes to Shanghai, Chongqing and Tibet, where he sees pandas in the trees and meets an opium-addicted British consul who tells him that the empire is finished and that Westerners will never understand the Oriental mind. But the formidable Molly is hot on his trail and not to be deterred. The movie's first half is Edward's rather somnolent story, but the second half belongs to Molly's more eventful and even sensational quest narrative. We have time to get to know this complicated, determined woman with her odd, spluttering laugh and predisposition to faint in public, which may be epilepsy. The voiceover narration is in the various languages of each of the places the story is set in, and in keeping with Gomes's docu-realist approach to fiction, the tale is interspersed with shots of the modern cities in which each scene takes place. These are a framing device, partly, but Gomes might almost be playfully suggesting that these documentary scenes are the film's whole point, and it's the story which should be in the background. It looks to be a romantic, extravagant and comic epic with some accumulating suspense, surely, as Molly begins, against all odds, to catch up with her timid fiancé, who clearly doesn't deserve this remarkable woman. Are we going to be treated to a gorgeous reunion of lovers? Well, maybe that's how David Lean would play it. Gomes is, of course, approaching it in a far more oblique manner. There is melancholy here and a feeling that the world is a big and confusing place where individuals can get lost and their hopes and dreams come to nothing. We are left with a poignant farewell and a self-aware gesture at the idea that this is a fiction, so we maybe shouldn't be too sad. Grand Tour is a unique and valuable experience. Well, that's it. Please give this vlog a like and a share. Please subscribe and leave a comment. And please buy my book, The Films That Made Me. See you tomorrow.